Hello, welcome to Regular Features. This is episode 23. My name's Log. I wasn't here last week, and I want to know, Gav, what did you miss about me?
Well, since you've been away on holidays, I did really miss your amazing hair, but you've kicked that right in the groin and had a haircut before
I've
you
had it
come
trimmed in Seattle.
So I didn't miss anything about you. You can go fuck yourself.
$20 this haircut cost.
Was it really? It's a $20
do.
Come on!
I've been the cock of the walk, parading around.
Is it really $20?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I did a $2 tip as well because they had an Alsatian in the shop.
What's that in Welsh money? Put in something I understand.
12 rands.
Oh, that's good.
I've missed the way you go into the International Cheese Centre and you get something and you always have it toasted, even though sometimes it doesn't look like it should be toasted.
A lot of this stuff should not be toasted.
A lot of their stuff has lettuce in it, and you shouldn't fucking do that.
Yeah.
You always say, oh, I like going there because they'll toast anything.
Yeah.
That's the thing that you
Stuff
say.
you've taken in from Burger King. You slap it on your griddle, bitch.
They're like, no, Mr. Log. No. Fucking toast it.
It was not meant to be, Mr. Blythe.
Get some cream cheese in that shit and put it under the grill.
Well, it's their fault. They've kept putting like sampling bowls of toasted stuff outside. And every time I have a free nibble, which is what got me in there in the first place, they've been saying, "Oh, we can toast anything, you know." And one thing I do appreciate about our lunchtime is that you do wait for my sandwich to be toasted.
Yeah, you sort of stand around and look at the jams. Well, we stand outside and...
No, I come out and stand with you.
Sometimes.
There's only so long you can look at the chutneys. I've learned them now.
Talking of chutneys, actually, I think what I've missed most about Log is having the acceptance he brings to the world of condiments. Because I was in Chipotle earlier this week and I was just sort of, splashing on too much Tabasco sauce and everything, and everyone was sort of looking at me as if I was a bit overboard. And I thought, no. If Log was here, then you'd know overboard. You'd see a man pouring teaspoons full of Tabasco sauce into every bite.
So welcome to Regular Features.
Well, I'm glad to be back.
Gay. Speaking of being away, my lady is away at the moment. She's gone travelling without me. So this is my feature. You're looking at me puzzled.
I bet you've wiped your dick end on the curtains so many times.
It's a mess in my house right now, frankly.
You do that things that birds do, where they do like a front stand and reverse up a tree and then just start pissing.
I've been saving that for the day before she comes back. So when she comes in, she's like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, she's gone away without me.
Are you managing?
Sort of.
Why does she go without you? Does she not love you?
I mean,
Is this her way of leaving you?
Could you not be trusted? Where she's going?
Well, I say gone away. She just stopped coming back, and all her stuff is gone. And she's also taken her Magnolia DVD from the shelf, which she really likes. So I don't know if is she coming back?
Is that the
Have I
one
been left?
The one that she watches before she has sex.
Yeah.
It's
called Lou's special warm-up DVD.
Do you have sex while she listens to One Is the Loneliest Number?
No, I don't. I didn't want to go to Thailand. That's the actual
Why
reason.
didn't you want to go to Thailand?
Fuck Thailand.
Fucking good food, but you can't get it over here.
I don't like spicy food. I'm not really fussed on the sun. I fucking hate Thai people.
Ladyboy.
No, I don't know any Thai people.
To be fair, I
hate
used to be a little bit in awe of when people would say to me, "Oh, I've just been to Thailand."
Oh,
for the month."
fuck off.
No, hear me out, because I thought, wow, that must be awesome. Like, because I had in my mind this image of this place that was basically just amazing jungles and elephants and really survival stuff. And then I saw pictures after two or three of my friends had said this, and I just thought, what is this? Is this Thailand? And you realise that there's nothing magical about Thailand. It's just drinking Red Bull out of a bucket, but Red Bull with speed in it.
What's the place that Leonardo
I can do
DiCaprio
that in
goes to
Cheshire.
on the beach?
I'll do it now. What? Oh, Kopang Fang.
Is that in Thailand?
Is that a thing?
Beach
just say
parties.
that.
Kopang Yang. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, never mind.
I'm out of my depth here. Just sounds like you're just yipping like a small dog.
Yeah, I just can't be asked. I don't know. I've never been.
No, it looks pretty shit. It looks like a great
Basically,
place to go,
anyone who's ever thinking about going to Thailand, who's ever been to Thailand, is a massive cunt. So, but I didn't want to go, basically. So, I've been left by myself. But I've just been posting a lot of stuff on her Facebook wall. Because, she likes to go on Facebook, and she puts some stuff on Facebook where I just think, you really want to say that? Like, at the airport. Yeah, well done. It's just like flying off to Thailand, and a picture of like one of the wings from the plane. It's like, really?
I hate when people do that.
Yeah, me. I started doing it because she put on things saying off to Thailand with, and put the name of her friend, and loads. It was like fucking like 30 comments underneath it going, "Oh, have a nice time. Ooh, so jealous." All this stuff. At the end of it all, I just wrote, "Do you know where the remote is?" So I started posting stuff on her wall, but then I realised that's the only communication we'd had for 3 days was me posting this on a wall. So I sent her an email. Nice email.
Can you give us some examples of what
Yes,
you've been posting?
these are some of the examples of things I've been saying. Do you need the extractor fan on if I'm just cooking pasta? Which, that was the first one that I put up, and people started really reacting, going like, "Oh, you're such an idiot." I know you've always got to have the extractor fan on. All right. One of the other ones was, "What's the Virgin Box password?" This is one I sort of wanted to know, but I found out quite quickly, but I posted it anyway, saying, "What size collar am I?" Next one. "Do you want that Adidas bag? I broke it." That's a real one. I did break her bag.
I like the fact that you are mixing up the jokes with some real baby-like things you've done.
Well, I had to post a picture of a mug, which I can show you and we could put on the blog maybe. But yeah, like 30 seconds after she left the house, I smashed a mug like all over the floor. And it's her favourite mug as well. So it looks like I've done her in temper.
You say, "I've broken your mug, come back."
Or I'll break your fucking favourite bowl as well.
I can imagine you, the second she left the door, you just started pushing it really slowly. Saying, "I'm doing it slowly, because if she came back, her stuff wouldn't get broken. But it's because she's not coming back, it's getting broken."
Another one which I genuinely sort of wanted to know the answer to was, "What's wrong with our peace lily?" Then I watered it. And it
Didn't
was
you
all
say
right.
it was something more aggressive than that? It was like, what is our peace lily's fucking problem?
That's why I ended up putting it up. Yeah.
I like the way that was a genuine question, and you said, "But then I watered it and it was fine," as if you looked at a plant and go, "Something wrong with that plant."
Well,
and
no,
didn't
it's
think,
because she said she'd watered everything but on the morning that she left.
Ah, right,
So
misinformation.
2 days later, when it's like drooping, I didn't think I was meant to water it again.
Peace lilies are
Cunts.
fucking, they are little
They're worse than people who go to
dickheads.
Thailand.
Greedy wankers.
So I bought one from Tesco and it was all like, looked lovely and stuff.
Yeah, in Tesco's. That's how
Yeah,
the
and
game,
then you water it every time you're supposed to, and then the little flower just dies, and you're just left with like a little green stalk.
Yeah, that's
for
what I've
ages, and then it's like sudden, like one day you'll get another flower just
You think, here we
starts
go.
up again. It's
Here
like,
we go.
yes, fucking done it, and then it's gone again.
Another one. What was that film about ghosts that I like? My mum was asking. Another one I asked her, do I like Viennese finger biscuits?
Because I've got loads in, and I can't tell.
I don't want to have one, because there's one biscuit that really makes my teeth go a bit weird. And I didn't want it to be those.
Viennese is a uniquely textured biscuit, so
Yeah,
maybe, yeah.
I think it is
You were
those.
right to ask.
I was actually really gutted that I'm not friends with your girlfriend on Facebook the other night, because I was trying to explain this to my girlfriend that you've been telling me that. I couldn't think of any examples, but I was really
Especially
gutted
now,
I
because
couldn't show her.
Facebook, she's switched over to timeline. So if you look at it, it's just all is me. Just on every part of the screen.
They've had to put in a third column for
Nah,
you.
I think
Submerged in
thinks,
Gavin.
I think she thinks it's funny. But other people think it's serious. And like when I've posted up, like in the last week, like over 50 comments, like I don't know, you can't really be taking that seriously anymore. Just seen that cat from next door in the garden again. Which is the Thai curry that I like, green or red? And the last one is, what's gas mark for? R says 240. That's a real one.
As you
That could have been a quiz. That could have been a quiz. Is
no,
this Gav
because-
pretending to be an idiot?
No, because she sent me. I think no, she knows I'm joking.
No, she knows it's a joke.
but
She
you-
left me a fact sheet with all this stuff on it.
You just said that last one's genuine, so
She hasn't replied to it. Yeah, I know. Well, I googled it. So.
It's like the boy who crowed wolf, but really boring
Exactly.
goes
Yeah.
to it.
No, it is. Yeah, yeah. It's the boy who cried wolf, but I'm just hurting myself.
Got any other questions? You can always ask me on Facebook, you know.
But if you are listening to this, Lou, if you could come home quite quickly, that'd be great.
He's naked from the waist up.
Oh, hello, would you like another feature?
Yes, please. That would be wonderful.
Okay, now it's time for my regular feature, Fur Sex and the City. This one's a bit of a weird one. This is a column I wrote for a furry magazine.
I don't know what that is.
There's people who have sex with animals, or people dressed as animals.
Okay.
Or people who have sex with humans through a hatch in the back of their furry animal costume.
Yes. You don't become the animal when you adopt the fursona.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyone who spent any time on the internet should know what a furry is.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
A reprehensible human
I'm surprised you don't, Gav, because you're quite a reprehensible human being anyway.
I saw an episode of Bones once where there was a murder at a place where people went to pretend to be horses.
That's their
that
furries. Furries.
Is that it?
I think horses aren't a traditional furry, are they? It's more like foxes and rabbits and bears and stuff. Anyway, Steve, your feature.
Sorry. Yeah, you know the lady who does Sarah Jessica Parker, who writes her column for the
Yes.
newspaper
Yeah.
about how she's unlucky
Carrie
in love.
Bradshaw.
Carrie Bradshaw. Well, this is Cassia Loretta, and she's writing about her misadventures in animal fingering. And now I'm adopting the persona of Cassia Loretta for the rest of the feature. Hey, fur fans, it's me again, Cassia Loretta, with another tale, or should that be tale, of love lost and broken hearts. But only one broken heart. Mine, because it looks like I struck out again on my latest fur date. Sad face.
Fur date.
Black singer Jimmy Ruffin, whose name sounds like woofin, and that is Toad Hotz, once asked all of us, what becomes of the broken-hearted? Well, now, Cassia Loretta knows all too well that the answer is, they get very wet. And I am not talking about wet inside my patouche, though I was wet inside my patouche, but for the wrong reasons. I'm talking about being pushed out of a helicopter and into the sea near Worthing because of a dumb boy horse who couldn't keep his hoofs to himself. Sorry about that, fur fans, but as you can probably tell, I am upset. Yes, I met a Toad Hotz horse on furryfap.net/meet new horses. And at first he was lovely. He let me touch him on the mane and play flat palm slap flanks on both sides. It was just after I'd slapped his left flank that he suggested that we go on a helicopter tour because he said he loved the scenery between Worthing and Angmering. Well, I thought that was a wonderful idea because I had never seen a helicopter before. But little did I know that he was just Angmering for a glimpse at my patouche.
Oh, man. You worked in an obscure place name into this.
I went to a McDonald's in Angmering once. It was just a drive-through, and we sat in the car park and ate it.
You wrote it down on your hand thinking, yes, one day.
Good. Now, regular readers will know I am not the sort of fur gal to even lock chops on a first date.
Fur gal, that doesn't work.
None of the fur jokes actually ate a pun, Gav.
It's just fur hyphen before nouns. But this horse would not take no for an answer.
Nay for an answer.
Nay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ripple of applause. That's good.
So Cassia's not very good at writing.
Nipple of a pause of a dog. Shit! I'm a furry, Steve. I think you've got me.
He placed his big horse lips against my person lips and began to do that horse thing, which is tote hot usually, but not now. Then I felt a horseshoe running up my thigh, and it was then I knew that this horse was hoofing for a bit of little Miss Cassia Loretta Jr.
What?
Her spine.
That's what she calls her vagina.
Oh, right, okay. It's not. She wasn't cradling her baby in her arms the whole time.
I thought that's what she called her spine. I was like, why would you name your spine?
Hey, old man Liz Jr. That's just what I call my spine.
Where did you get spine from?
Up her back. I don't know. Did you say something about her back?
I think he's still
running up
thinking
her
about
thigh.
having marrow transplants.
Well, of course, I slapped that rude horse on his big hot mandible and shouted, just what sort of gal do you think I am? Look here, Assanova.
Yeah.
I have had a lovely
Oh,
time.
he's not a donkey, though.
But
I think you're expecting too much from the puns in this guy.
related.
They're related. They look similar and they hang out in the same places.
Famous pun critic Gavin Murphy.
I have had a lovely time, but I think you should take me home. The horse didn't say a word as he placed his head against my chest and began to push me towards the open door of the helicopter.
Oh, no.
This is all taking place in a helicopter.
Yeah.
The sexiest of the flying vehicles.
What are you doing, you mental dumb
Chopper.
boy
that
horse? I pleaded with the angry horse, but he kept on pushing and neighing. As I fell from the helicopter, this is the concluding thoughts of Castellano Retta. As I fell from the helicopter, I felt very sad, but as I hit the sea, my tears mingled with the water, and then shortly after that, I was fine. So my message to fur fans is, do not go on helicopter tours with horses, because some of them try to put a hoof in your fanny and then push you out.
Well, I guess you winnie some and you lose some.
Loose.
You
Like
lose
a
some
loose
your
horse.
flaps on some.
That was a 500-word column I wrote for a fictional magazine when I was supposed to be doing freelance work for an actual magazine.
Yeah, but you never know. It's only a matter of time before that magazine becomes a magazine, and then
think
you've got it written already.
Did you think about possibly turning that in and going, oh, sorry, I'll tell you something else?
Well,
Well, you can't say I haven't been working hard.
Just in case they really liked it.
Look, I'm not lazy. I'm just easily distracted.
I'm not lazy, I'm just prioritising. And this took priority over your shit.
That's
I think you'll agree,
chance.
it's fucking great.
There's a slight chance I might have misread the brief.
I love that. I'd be like, Assassin's Creed Revelations. There's that mental shit underneath. 7. 7 it was good.
So, this is not a review of Microsoft Flight, but it does have helicopters in it.
Regular features, regular features. What is the feature coming next? Let us see.
It's time for Matt's regular feature.
That's right, Log. It's time for my regular feature, which means now Matt's going to do my regular feature. Now, my regular feature this week was about the time I was walking down the street last week.
And you smelt it at your feet. Diarrhea.
Ba ba ba.
Diarrhea.
No.
Sorry, carry on.
No. I was walking close to Trafalgar Square, past the fancy hotel, and I spotted somebody that I knew. And I saw somebody and thought, I know her. And then a second later, I realised who it was. It was Gwen Cooper. It was Gwen Cooper
from Duty Free.
from Torchwood.
Oh, okay.
On the telly. God, wow, it's Gwen Cooper. And I was suddenly my mind was filled with all these thoughts about Gwen Cooper and all the thoughts I've had about her over the years and the thoughts running through my head. And I thought,
Are you trying to get to the fact that you fancy her?
yeah, well, I thought...
You don't want to shout at her for being part of a chick.
No, yeah, I thought, yeah, I fancy her. And so what I did was I really quickly wrote her a love letter and like ran over and handed it to her.
Did you have a pen and paper handy, or did you scratch it onto the inside of your thigh with your fingernail?
No, I had a pen and paper.
Spat it in your hand. That's it. That's a letter.
And slapped her across the face with it. You can read that later.
I licked it
Fucking
onto
slut.
a window.
I had a pen and paper and I was running over to hand it to her, and then I thought, actually no, because this would make a good feature, so I quickly just did a little beeline into a print shop and got a couple of photocopies and then handed it to
To a
her.
Ryman's.
And then
Argos and wrote it on the back of the thing
Yeah.
with one of the little pens.
yeah, with one little pens, and then I handed her this letter. So this is the letter that I handed her. Dear Gwen, I've been thinking about you for a good few seconds now, and I've decided that now that I have seen your face, I love you. I love the way you have features that complement your face. And I don't mind that you're wearing glasses in the street, even though I don't remember you doing that in Torchwood. I'm not saying you didn't do that in Torchwood. I just can't remember. In all honesty, the second half of Series 1 is pretty much just a blur of bumming. I love the way your hair sits on your pretty head, and I love the way you speak to me on the television using a voice that sounds a bit Welsh. And I don't mind that you're old. And I forgive you for being such a big slag and cheating on your husband with that man who looks a bit like a frog. Everyone was getting off with everyone back then, so it probably wasn't even your fault.
That was probably a space drug that made her
I
do that.
know, and that's it, you know? I mean, I just wanted to let her know, because obviously a lot of people...
Space drug.
Not a space drug, but psychic waves from space.
A hormone
Yeah.
emitted by a space
Planet.
monster planet that was in
I
unusually
mean, just to let, like, I just wanted to get it all out in the open, because I
Gordon
think...
Doctor Who is fucking shit.
A passing comment.
All agreed.
Can I just ask, who did Gwen Cooper do a sex on that wasn't a
It was the guy who looked a bit like a frog.
Yanto?
No, the other one.
Yanto. That's an awesome Welsh name.
The one who's like a bit of a geezer. He's like,
Is that a real Welsh name?
Yanto.
it's a bit like a frog.
Sounds like a character from Chrono Trigger.
Oh God, the one that turned into a zombie.
Yeah.
Zombie. Oh, hang on, mate.
Vombe.
Okay. Oh, she didn't know.
She did. I'm thinking,
My
it's-
mate has actually done a sex on her. I told you this the other day. Like,
What? Right on her?
Yeah, right on her.
I
Right.
don't want to talk about it now, Gav.
Yeah.
Gav, I don't want to talk about it now.
Is it in your letter?
I don't want to talk about it. All right?
Did he hug her so hard she sort of slipped out like a bar of soap?
And ended up on Trafalgar Square.
Guys, I don't want to talk about that. All right? You're kind of ruining...
A sexy letter.
All right?
Better get sexy.
No, anyway, I just want to clear up a few of these things with her, because obviously I think in a new relationship that you've got to be honest about these things, and I don't want her to worry about it. Anyway, it carries on. It goes, I love you even though you've got a baby.
Does she
And
have a
A
baby?
useless tubby husband that always gets angry.
Really?
I don't mind about that bit in Series 3 in which everything you said, did, or were loosely affiliated with turned out to be completely shit. I love you, Gwen Cooper. Let's get married. In space.
Matt Lees, I have never heard you so sincere and emotional.
He's crying. He's crying.
Your reading voice. It sounded like you're on the cusp.
He's crying. He's actually crying. What's he do?
A tear has just dropped from his tear duct and gone into his urethra.
Well, anyway, she got back to the letter quite quickly, and we're getting married next week.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I didn't realise. I thought the feature was over.
It's my mate, the best man.
Yeah, can I be a? Well, I don't know. Fucking what the roles are there?
Well, yeah, you
can
can.
I give you away?
I mean, you're all invited. I didn't want to. It's a bit of an awkward one because I always make a big fuss about people when they have their weddings abroad.
yeah,
But we are getting married in space, so like you can. We might do a do before that if you just want to like come along for a drink.
London
It's not going to be one of those
Yeah,
shitty
you know.
near Earth orbit bullshit things, right?
We'll just have a small do in Cardiff, and then we'll just go to space. I mean, you can come if you want, but I can't afford to fly everyone out. It's just friends and family, really.
Jesus, man,
Can you
learn
afford
your
to
law.
fly-
There are teleporters in Torchwood.
Yeah, I know, but
And
Jack
you do
Harkness
lose
is-
your soul.
Jack's been a bit of a dick about
Yeah, you
it.
die.
so-
Yeah, they kill
Like,
you.
perfect
What
clone
if-
is created.
We form a band, and we are the band. Will you fly us out then?
Yes, I expect a full rundown of exactly what your band is, along with 4 hits. for next
Human
week's podcast.
beatboxing.
I'll play the harp.
Oh, human beatboxing and a harp.
All right, I like the sound of that. Actually,
Steve?
it sounds modern.
Steve will do some kind of like warbling, like yeah.
Yeah, like something native.
He's going native. He's got a lip this kid. It's going to be fucking magical.
I'm going to have to ask for a little
Space
sample now,
natives.
if you wouldn't mind. So get Log on the beatboxing, Gav on the harp, and you on the warbling. If we could just on 3.
I can't
I'll start.
wobble. I'm gonna try. I've never tried to wobble before, but I'm gonna just go. This is awful. This is going out.
To be honest, I might just get like a Beatles cover band or something.
What about just the harp?
All right, yeah. No, actually, I'll give you that. It didn't sound like a harp. It sounded more like a sitar. But I'll have it. I'll take that.
Regular features.
As you might know, I've been to America for a week. And
Oh, mention it again.
one thing that you do notice when you go to a different culture, maybe something that your girlfriend's enjoying at the minute, that they do things differently over there.
They do.
Yeah,
So
they do.
There are some things in America that just simply don't happen over here.
They don't sound like we do. They
No.
speak differently.
Yeah,
they
they
have
do.
different accents. That's a good one. And first, the one
But
I
they say things like, "I am an American." That's
Would
how
you
they
like
talk.
to come to my buffet?
Yeah.
Hot dog.
They
A
do
hot
burps.
dog.
And
Yes,
when they
another
burp,
one.
they don't burp like we do. They burp like this.
Disgusting.
And their little bits fly out everywhere. It's lovely. But they're very kind people.
They
They will welcome you into their house.
They hot dogs in a street out of buns, not over the sink and drinking the brine. Weirdos.
Freaks.
The first one I wrote I walked into a petrol station.
Yes.
And I saw a mouse standing on the floor looking at me.
Standing.
Yeah, what else does it do?
tiny
Fucking
legs.
hover in a little pod that fucking it can steers with its brain.
Standing to me is like leaning against the crisps, like, all right?
That's leaning.
Yeah, did it have its paws on its hips?
And when I first wrote this thing, I was going to email it you so that I didn't have to not be in last week's episode.
Okay.
So I wrote in Gav's response to that, and I was thinking I could do all of yous.
Do I like it?
Yeah, I go, oh, I don't like mouse. When I was the Welsh nipper, someone showed me one up real close, and I swear to God, it trumped on my face.
Just sound like Lenny Henry. Real close.
Okay. So that's all I did for that. And the next one is the police don't know how to tape up a road when there has been a criminal incident. And I found this out when I walked up on one of the sidewalks.
Done a criminal incident.
No, this is the thing. I walked up in the
You
dark.
contaminate a crime scene.
Maybe I did. But
Look, it's
when
no
you're
tape
walking,
there. I'm going to shit there. So
I'm walking up the sidewalk. I'm walking up the sidewalk, and I began to notice on the
sidewalk.
right.
Oh, look at you.
What's a
Look at
sidewalk?
you.
Well, that's one of the differences between us and America.
Okay.
I took my hat off and put it on a dead chap.
And I began to notice some tape on my right-hand side.
Better
And then
not
I
cross
noticed-
that, you said.
Yeah, well, I won't cross that. Then I noticed tape in front of me.
Better not cross that either.
So basically, I'd just become
you
slightly
the
penned in,
crime?
and there was a policeman on the other side.
Who would just put one behind you?
Yep, that's the crime right there. There you go. That's him.
And
Arrested,
then they
please.
shot you.
Well, that's they delineated a crime scene with an L shape that made it wasn't enclosed, but I was clearly standing where the crime had happened, and there was a policeman on the other side
Did he seem bothered?
looking at me like, well, like I shouldn't be there.
Going, hey man, come on, there's a crime here.
It turns out there'd been
There's
stabbings.
some crime tape.
There'd
been stabbings on
someone
the-
done stabbings.
Yeah, 2 stabbings on the street. People had come down from the park that day, and they'd been causing recklessness all day.
I can imagine the forensics man later on going, oh, there's a trail of ginger beard hairs leading straight to the corpse.
he picks it up and like tastes it. Tastes British. They're at it again, those bastards.
This is crumpets.
They're back.
Tastes like Earl Grey, motherfucker.
And that event was going to a party where, as you know now, that I have just moved from my friend's house to a hotel where I'd only taken one change of clothes.
Right.
So this was the second day, and I had used my first day's clothes to wipe
Hang on,
my
why-
dick with after a wank.
Why did you only have one change of clothes?
No, Gav, that's not the question right now. I can tell you thought of that question before the last sentence,
Yeah.
in which he used his only T-shirt.
One of my only 2 T-shirts to have a wank.
And then you put it on.
So
What?
I
Hang on.
didn't put that T-shirt back on when I went on a walk around.
For want of any other sort of fabric.
Why
I
didn't you
did
just do
notice the next day that the one frill that this hotel came with was a box of handkerchiefs. Well, I didn't fucking notice that on the time. I was just, you know what happens when you had a wank in bed.
Now, I've got terrible hiccups here, so I can't talk for long, but I must interject it. I've been in similar situations, and the one thing you always must do is really scour that room for tissues, because there are always tissues somewhere.
wouldn't do that. I would
What if you find someone else's tissues that they use and you end
Well,
up
they don't
getting your
use them,
dick
but-
pregnant?
Why didn't you just do like a normal person, just like lie on your back naked, wank into your belly button, and roll around?
Yeah. You wake up in the
Squirm
morning.
off the spunk.
Now it's time to go out.
Yeah, just shower in the morning, it's all gone.
So I spent.
Or it's right really deep inside your belly button.
I don't have a very deep belly button.
I do.
Thank God.
So I spent the second day in a clean T-shirt, but it was quite a warm day, so sweaty. So
Aren't you civilised?
I went back to the
La-di-da! Little log flaunteroy.
quiet the Brit.
Check out the Brit with his non-spunk stained T-shirt.
You wore the t-shirt. Hang on, you wore the t-shirt to the party. Then everyone
No,
say,
no.
mate, there's spunk all over that. Can you
No.
get out?
No, because more by luck than judgment, I'd done it on the back.
That's not good. This is like when you were at
No, it's
school
fine
and
because
people
we
said
were
you were
sat-
smelly.
I can imagine-
We were sat in a circle.
I
and
bet-
we're all facing each other. Circle. Yeah.
Log.
No. Well, people tend to circle so they can pay attention to each other. It's just a
Did you-
sociable way to sit.
Did you stuff a pillow into your t-shirt and then flip it over before you finished?
What?
Did you stuff a pillow into your t-shirt, give it a name, make it dance around on your bed, and then fuck
Ejaculate
it?
onto its back.
Oh, if he did that, that's really weird. Oh, that's really weird.
That's exactly what Log did.
How was the party?
It was a nice party. They'd ordered Chinese food. I turned up a little bit late for that. I wasn't hungry. I had a hot dog. And
Over the sink
so
like
I-
a Brit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
cold.
Yeah. So yeah, I just sat there watching the meat. I
Watching their meat or watching the meat?
watching.
I sat there watching the meat,
Keeping a
obviously.
close eye on the beef.
I mean, I wasn't looking at the bean sprouts. I got no business with those.
But there was one guy who was really kind of affectionate there, and I noticed that he's the kind of guy who
Looking
just
at your
puts-
back
he
loads.
he patted my back and rubbed it, rubbed it a little bit. So if he's got my spunk in his fingers, I want it back. I don't know. He didn't get my position because the natural grease of the palm would have reactivated my spunk, created a living droplet.
That sperm was flapping about, floundering on his fingers.
Might have
right
gone in
now.
their food.
You take his hand off and go, oh, you got a bit of a sweaty bag. That's not sweat. That's my spunk.
I know, would have tried in by then.
Well, that is a difference between America and the UK because I've never done that over here. And the last one is that they do call pavement sidewalks, which you've noticed there.
I don't know, how do they deal with that? Like, having a different name for it? Because they would say sidewalk, and everyone would go, what? What's a sidewalk?
Side of what?
That's where they go travelling. They
I
come
mean,
down and go,
literally,
oh, these
what-
crazy Brits.
What are you walking by the side of? It doesn't make any sense.
By the side of the cars, because they completely revolve around cars.
No, I knew that. I was trying to make out that it didn't make sense when it clearly did. Join us again next week for regular features. 24.